Very good morning, everybody. Today is the third phase of our 1 week long workshop, which we have organized in collaboration with Knowledge Consortium of Gujarat, Government of Gujarat. In the first phase, we had first 3 days where academic writing things were organized. Then in the second phase, we have career-oriented academic writing and NET preparation for the students. And in the third phase, for last 3 days, some of you are coming here and preparing the content for the students. So we wanted to visualize that whatever work is done, it also gets useful to the students. So for this 4-year UGP program under NEP 2020, the students are in need of some content and other things. So we planned the things. Last semester also we had one workshop and we prepared content for semester 1, 3 and 5. This time we are working on semester 2, 4 and 6 also. So in this entire workshop journey, we had this all resource persons contributing in this. As it is the final day, let us remember all the contributors who had been a part of this journey. Dr. Paresh Joshi from Surat. He talked on academic writing and prompt engineering. We had Dr. Kalyan Chattopadhyay from Kolkata. He talked on academic writing in English for advanced learners. We wanted to blend two things together. One, how naturally people can learn to write, natural intelligence, so that our own skills to write on our own without any help of any tools can also be retained. And we also wanted to use latest technology also. So we blended some sessions on AI and some where no technology is used and people do the work on their own. Dr. Clement, he joined from East Africa, Burundi. He is our former PhD scholar also. So these two, Dr. Kalyan and Dr. Clement, they talked on how without any tool one can acquire the skills of academic writing, which is very important, and in coming days it will be much in demand also. And two people like Dr. Nigam Dave and Paresh Joshi talked about how artificial intelligence can be dealt with precaution, AI hallucinations, and how with integrity we can use AI. That was dealt by him. Dr. Kalyani Vallath came from Trivandrum, Kerala, and she talked on academic writing plus how the career can be shaped around this for the arts students, and also on NET, exam preparation for NET, and that also was dealt for 2 days by her. And today we have assembled here for our last part to work on multimodal thing. In last 3 days, we invited all the teachers of our board of studies to be a part of this. But maybe because some other serious work might be there with many teachers, so people are not able to give time also, and they also keep on coming very late also. The things which we have to fight a lot, and we have to tell our students that how you will deal with all these problems that we teachers also still have. We want to see that the students have skills under NEP and they are very punctual. They have their priorities in right order. But at the same time, as a teachers also, like at least our Bhavnagar University college teachers, they have to still learn a lot in setting the priority and the things. We have seen that only 2 teachers were coming all the 3 days, contributing. Others were skipping some of the sessions in last 3 days. So we would have a special felicitation of these 2 teachers who contributed in all the 3 days, and we want it to be recorded also. So later on in future, when we see the things, we can see that, well, how troublesome it is to work for the UG programs with the help of UG teachers, where people are not able to spare time for these kinds of workshops also. So I would first request other 2 books, the 2 books and 2 files. I would request first Dr. Vishal to come here. Yeah. This you can. Yeah. Please come here. A book and a kit for his contribution in this digital resource hub. And Komal, Dr. Komal. Thanks for your seriousness and sincerity for all the 3 days, for being part of this workshop. They both have contributed a lot and remain present in all the sessions also. So we are in a process of preparing a digital resource hub. At this moment, we want to see why these things we want to do, what is the pedagogy behind this, how national education policy is also aiming at different way to approach to teaching learning process. And in that we are reinventing pedagogies also. The traditional modes of things which our teachers will teaching us is not going to work. Or if we'll continue with that mode, it's not going to work in NEP. And that is where we are struggling a lot. We still make our traditional teachers as our models. And now we want to deal with a new policy of education, where it is skill-based and lots of things where students are supposed to do. And so we are finding lots of problem in copying up the things also. So we see that when we think of digital resource hub or using AI for generation of content and other thing, we have to revisit the very idea of pedagogy. So the first and foremost, pedagogy should govern the things, not technology. Technology should come as a support to what pedagogy we want to use. And these 3 words are coming in mind. Pedagogy, obviously andragogy and hotagogy are also part of pedagogy only. But if you want to divide our learners in different age groups, then we get 2 more words which we can use to see that how we see the things. So what difference we see between pedagogy and andragogy, first of all, then we will see hotagogy also. Pedagogy is for children and andragogy is for adult learners. Now all our students are adult learners. They are 17 plus. So what people think for children does not apply to us. That's why in Sweden or in this country or that country, Australia, people try to put a ban on social media for children, technology for children, but that is all below 15 years. Sometimes in India, we adopt that idea for about 25 years also. We don't see that, well, people are maturing after 17 years and we have to allow them to make their choices. We have to give them exposure to whatever is happening around us. If technology is a happening thing, adult learners should be given exposure to that. That is what we are not learning or understanding. That's why our managements in many of the colleges do not allow use of mobile phones in the classrooms. So we need to do lots of grounding, and we teachers have to convince the management and other people also that all those things are good for children, and we are not dealing with children. Had it been schools, we won't tell that use technology. School children should be on the ground. There should not be even in the classrooms also. There should be no walls for schools. Let there be an open playground and let them learn with nature, along with the physical experience. But these are adult learners now. Now they are at a verge where they are going to make a career from their life. Now there, if you do those childish things, which is good for children but not for adult learners, then we are making a grave mistake. And that is what we have to understand, that there is a difference between andragogy and pedagogy. We are dealing with adult learners, and for that we require a digital resource hub or a use of technology in different ways also. When we see hotagogy in this context, it has its own history. The Greek origin, it means to discover. The word hotagogy comes from the Greek origin. The same roots as heuristic, which refers to a teaching method encouraging learners to discover, to learn something on their own. So now these adult learners should not only be spoon-fed, but there should be given some ideas or some pathways that they walk on their own path also. They discover, they learn something on their own also. We have a huge problem of absenteeism. Students remain absent and this. So now when students are remaining absent, it means they are doing something. Their priorities are different. It is not that they are not doing anything, but it means they are not interested. Like many of the teachers are not interested in this academic writing workshop. So they are not coming. They are interested in something else. So might be on Friday, Saturday, they might have an excuse that we are not given leaves. But on Sunday, at least they can get. Sunday, they can come, as many of you have come today. Also, you took that opportunity that at least let us go on Sunday. So, but it means that the priorities are of a different kind. That will be with our students also. So, might be they are not interested in what we are doing. If that is what we are giving, that what they want to make with their, everybody is conscious about their life choices. Everybody wants to earn livelihood. There are, if you wake up early in the morning and see on the road, so many people are doing physical exercise to become constables or army jawans, and early morning you will find boys and girls doing that. So if they are so conscious about their career, why they remain absent in our classrooms? It means we need to rethink the syllabus, content, whatever is required, how we can incorporate all those things. Very challenging task into the setup that we have. But that is where, how learners can discover, learn something that is very useful to them also. So it emphasizes learner autonomy, capacity and capability in education. So this pedagogy is somewhere where technology comes in. When we give the resources to the students, we are also afraid that more students will remain absent because they will get everything there. Then how will we deal with that idea? Now, because students will get something and they will remain absent, it is not a fair idea that we should not give them something. That you come in my class, I will dictate you, then only you will get information. Those were the days when we were in colleges and universities where there were no resources. So we have to rely a lot on the dictations given by the teachers. And teachers in those days were really like dictators. In both the terms of the dictators, they were dictators of material also, and they were having a rod of being a dictator also. But now we can't do that. We don't have that dictatorship idea. The legal framework is much different. We can't even scold students now. There might be, we will be in trouble, legal trouble for misbehaving with students. And the generative AI will give better answers than what we can give. So why would student see or what way we can engage them into with learning rather than with physical classrooms? If they get engaged with learning, that also is a good achievement that we can think of. That is where pedagogy comes into place. That is pedagogical idea when we look at this. This comes from Kenning's 2010 paper, where he gave this pyramid of pedagogy, andragogy, and pedagogy, where we see that with pedagogy there is addition, plus of learner maturity and autonomy, and lesser requirement of instructor control. Instructor control is less and more of this. That is how this is changing or it's going on. So this is how it says. If we see the journey of academia so far, very quickly we have traveled a lot in different ways. And we started with oral traditions, and then we moved on to the written word. There was no writing also earlier. Then we came down to the printing machines, then audio-visual things, then the internet came, Web 2.0 came, and now we have generative AI. So it's a long history of humans dealing with knowledge systems, and that is where we see, and every time there were some kinds of resistance, like even to writing there was resistance by people like Plato, but then we know that writing is so important that without writing things are not possible at all. The same way with all resistance, we see that newer modes of things had been adopted by the teachers, and now we are looking at how generative AI can be useful in different ways also. be it the Greek or the Indian systems. This is a blend of an image given by generative AI. Gemini produced this, that whether it is a Greek tradition or Indian tradition, everything begins with orality once upon a time, and then slowly it shifted into the writing modes also. We were talking about all these things before Corona, during Corona times, before AI era, where teacher requires something in their tools. 21st century teacher requires a self-reliance on technology, the technology which everybody can work without the help of any technical assistance. And that is what we went on trying in different ways. Today, if we have recorded or done live stream of entire program, the students of arts are doing that. They all, Bhargav and Rajdeep, and they are not trained into any such kind of thing. Otherwise, you will have to hire people and you have to pay lots of money also. You can hire people and do that, but the students will not learn anything in that. So how you, when the organization of an event or a classroom discussion happens, how this all is also enhancing the skills. This all things won't be written in syllabus. It will not be. That's why we many times say that map is not the territory. The syllabus will be dull document. It will not say that what skills are acquired by the learners, but what happens in the classroom environment where the skills are acquired in different ways by learners. But how we become self-reliant in the use of technology is something very important part. Use of digital tools are very integral, very important. Even the monks are using digital cameras. Teachers are still using chisel and hammer. They have still chalk and duster in the hand. But this users of chisel and hammer who made all these caves and cave carvings and paintings, they are not doing that now. They have left their old 2000 years old tools. But teachers are still resisting, who has to deal with future generations. We have to deal with future then also. So that way we learn that how we change our tools, how we think of a digital pedagogy, moving towards digital portfolios, which is the pinnacle of all these things also. We have seen variety of ways where things had been going on. But after 22, after November 22, things started changing very fast. In last 3 years, drastic changes are coming, and whatever problems and questions we used to have, they are finding its resolution also very quickly. Right? We used to tell that everything machines can do, but it cannot be creative. But now we see it can be creative also. We thought that perhaps beautiful paintings and graphics cannot be done by AI. It will be problematic. But now we see it is much better than the human paintings and the graphics that are done by there. Be it dialogue writing, script writing, poetry writing, storytelling, any form of creativity which we thought of is now being done, answered also. We thought that translation will not be done by machines, but then now we are seeing that, well, it can do it, and much better also. Machine translation and AI translation are different things. AI is able to work with different languages. We told that it will work with European language and English, but will not work with Indian languages. Now we see it is working with Indian languages also. And there are so many people in Gujarati also, they make infographics. In all regional languages also, teachers have started. So whatever we thought that this will never happen, happened very quickly. It is not that it only happened, but it happened very quickly. Just 2-3 years ago, we were having discussion that AI is good with English language only, because there is data set, the others it is not so good. But now we are seeing that it has acquired all those skills. We thought that it will require a perfect grammar, a perfect language, then only AI will work. Otherwise, it will be confused with more confused grammar or language structure. So we thought that Panini's grammar and Sanskrit language will be something with the backbone of all these things. But now we see that, well, in Sanskrit it is fumbling, but not in English, which has the most distorted grammar. The language itself is distorted, not at all perfect like Panini's grammar or Sanskrit language. Yet it is able to deal with the imperfections of languages also. So these were many concerns and questions that we thought that it will take centuries to get resolved, but within 2-3 years it is done. So we see what will be the future of this. It will be in an immense manner that things will go on changing. When it came, we had variety of reactions to AI. Some people said, wait and watch what happens. Some started putting ban on AI. Some started self-guided manner. Like most of you might have started in a self-guided manner. It might not be told by the institute to use, or it might not be in the syllabus that here you can use AI, but still everybody might have started using AI, though silently, secretly, so that other people cannot come to know, students should not come to know that where is my khajana, where is my cave from where I go like a chore and get things and then I will give to the students. Or like Shabri, I will go pick up a boar and then I will give, but I will not show you where the body is. That is what teachers are doing. Many times they hide the thing where the notebook LM is written, then they will hide so that you want to tell that, no, it is made by me. Those all claims we try to make. And sometimes by doing that, we are teaching honesty, integrity. Many also told that this is death of education. American newspapers were full of such news where ChatGPT is the death of education and variety of things that were given. People like Noam Chomsky also resisted the idea of artificial intelligence, natural intelligence, and several things that came into the debate. Another thing. We can say that if Plato, who wrote in Phaedrus, that writing is not so important, but spoken word is more important, he has gone somewhere wrong in 2000 years. Philosophers like Plato also might be somewhere wrong. Then maybe we don't know, but even Chomsky might be wrong in the coming days. Things are always like that. You never know what will work and how human mind will start dealing with artificial intelligence, and those who will be able to do it successfully, preserving their human intelligence, along with this might be the successful people. And others people perhaps who become a slave of artificiality of intelligence, or those who are staying away from all this thing might not be able to do something in the coming times also. We have to be very careful about such researches also which are coming from MIT. Though the sample size, another thing, is very small, but still it tries to say that when this three group of people used this, with brain people worked on some writing task, with search engine Google they worked, and then they used LLM. So the brain cells are more active when they are working only with brain. So working more with LLM can lead to the idea that we will use lesser brain cells. It means that the brain is a muscle which will not have enough exercise, and any muscle in the body which is not having enough exercise will become dull, will become poor, and so we may lead towards Alzheimer or similar kinds of disease in future also. So that is one alarm, that what way. So our challenge is that we use AI with hortagogy as a pedagogy and try to see that critical ability, thinking ability is also preserved. So that will be our big challenge which we try to address. So we will think of fifth quadrant in our e-content. Today when you will work on that idea, that is what we want to see as an answer to all these concerns, which we don't say that this is not fair. We also feel that when we very quickly generate the things, our brain has not functioned on it. So it doesn't remain in our memory for a long period of time also. The sample group was only 54, so it's under review, but we have to be careful that if that is happening, how we can overcome this idea in our content also. The things are moving very fast, and even this Comet kind of a browser, they have acquired the capacity that they can also solve automatically quiz answers also. That way it is now moving on. So AI is moving much faster, which will perhaps tell that the students will not require to use any of their brain cells, even in solving the quiz or doing other activities which we were, like for example in our department, we were telling that after completion of all units, you have to appear in online test, so that you test your understanding, and then the classroom discussion where people can ask questions about something that is remained as a gap in the understanding. Or they do writing also, thinking activity, blog writing, everything. But now, if we just give one prompt to Comet browser, and we open the quiz and we give a prompt that fill in the details there, use my email ID that is given there, submit the form after filling all the questions. And then it will start doing, I'll start doing my own work, because we have lot many works to be done apart from studies or other thing. Students are also equally busy like teachers are. So then the work will be done. And this quiz is not only multiple choice, like only after 4 you have to select, but there is image reading. Also, there are more than one correct answers, checkbox also. So the quiz is not that simple that only 4 options are given and one is right, but it has this match the items kind of thing. All is done automatically. This is a screen recording of this part where it is reading infographics, giving the test and the things. And when it came to reCAPTCHA, that was, I thought it will not be able to do. But several attempts were made because we know that for us also this solving the Google CAPTCHA is so difficult. And we also get tired and fed up and we leave the things. So many humans also get tired with dealing with reCAPTCHA. So I thought that perhaps will not be done. And it made several errors and mistakes in this. But ultimately it was able to solve the things. After several attempts, it successfully submitted the quiz test also. And then it will give the record of what work was done. So this all CAPTCHA challenges it was not able to do, and then it was solved out. Which one was solved out, that also is given as a record here. So this this example also, I prompted Comet to open my notebook LM, search for content on Hungarians who won Nobel and Booker Prize in 2025, prepare a blog and infographic on it, post the blog in my blogger. So I don't have to do anything. This is what we tell our students to do, thinking activity, and put a blog on that. So if they get a blog and they open the thing, the blog will also be done. So challenges are coming now for teachers, that you ask people to appear in online test or to write a blog, other thing. Now that all will be done automatically by AI, and it will help them. So it opened notebook LM, it's typed the names, it searched from the internet, and there is no human intervention in this. So automatically it is reading, it is finding the things and doing everything. Now if this 4-line prompt I give to some human being that search this material and post a blog, the person will not be able to do it. Person will take more time than the AI is doing. So when I want somebody to work for me, now I would prefer AI than human being. Because AI is able to understand me properly and is able to do my work. So now these are the challenges for the jobs. And when we prepare our students, and we say that stay away from technology. So then there will be useless people. The society will not be able to give them jobs anyway. So if I have apprentice here, being an administrator of the department also, universities gives us administrators. And they give us the support staff. The apprentice come, they are graduate. But when we ask them some simple thing, they don't have that technological skill. So we said that, well, what's the use of these people? Who will give jobs? What way we want them, the work to be done, they are not able to. So at undergraduate levels, they remain absent, or even they remain present, then also there is no technology in the classrooms. So they are not doing any of those tasks, and then they go for job. And the people who are the job givers, they are fed up that how can you now again train everybody into this? It's better to pick up somebody who is 10th fail, who will work for lesser salary and train them for 1-2 years, and he will do good work. Instead of going for graduates or postgraduates, again you have to work and they will expect more salary also. So this way it starts working and prepares the content on notebook, and it opens Blogger. It gives the title for the blog, then it gives the content, and it also is ready to publish the blog on its own. Then when I asked for the infographic, it created infographic automatically on its own. also. So this is how the things are going on with all this thing. In that we are trying to find a space that how everything becomes very important for us. This is an interesting answer which Salman Khan of Khan Academy has given. This is a TED talk by him. The YouTube screen is from his How AI Could Save, Not Destroy Education. Sal Khan from America has given, and he talked about this 2 sigma problem, which nowadays lot many people are talking also, where it's talked about this individual tutoring, the green line, individual tutoring plus mastery learning. The traditional mode is the lecture method, where it takes long duration of time and we are not able to achieve the height, or we can say depth of learning. Then second is mastery learning, where some activities are given, flipped learning, blended learning, and then in lesser time you can achieve some thing. But if there is individual tutoring, one-to-one, that is the best form of teaching learning. If there is one person and one teacher, but that is not feasible. It is not possible that we may have that utopia where there is one student and one teacher. The rich people can afford such tutors. Rich people can afford. They can hire the tutor and they have 1 or 2 kids, and then there will be personalized learning for them. But when we think of mass learning, other thing, it is not possible. So that is where AI can come and help us. To teachers, it becomes an assistant, teaching assistant, and it helps us in preparing our worksheets and other thing. And for learners, students, it also becomes something where they can ask them any questions anytime, which they want to ask to their teachers. They can keep on asking those questions to the AI. They can give some of the inputs that our teachers are teaching this topic and this all things were suggested and given in the notes. Now, if you are that teacher, how will you answer this? Such prompts needs to be taught to the learners, that how will you prompt it. So you want to ask your teacher, you don't want to ask anybody. Then what is the characteristics of your teacher? That you first feed in, give some sample answers, that this question he would answer in this manner. Then you ask that if you are that teacher and if I have this question, how will you answer that? Then you get a personalized answers also. That is where it helps also. There is this interesting video by Steve Jobs. Many years ago, he has he was giving a speech there.
When I was going to school, I had a few great teachers and a lot of mediocre teachers. And the thing that probably kept me out of jail was books, because I could go read what Aristotle wrote or what Plato wrote. I didn't have to have an intermediary in the way. And a book was a phenomenal thing. It got right from the source to the destination without anything in the middle. The problem was you can't ask Aristotle a question. And I think as we look towards the next 50 to 100 years, if we really can come up with these machines that can capture an underlying spirit or an underlying set of principles or an underlying way of looking at the world, then when the next Aristotle comes around, maybe if he carries around one of these machines with him his whole life, his or her whole life, and types in all this stuff, then maybe someday after the person's dead and gone, we can ask this machine, hey, what would Aristotle have said? What about this? And maybe we won't get the right answer, but maybe we will. And that's really exciting to me. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing.
So this is so many years ago. Now we are in that world where it is possible. So that question that we raised, that Plato objected to writing, I did that activity with ChatGPT, that you are Plato. Plato's work is already there in the data set. So it can easily impersonate Plato. And I told that were you not wrong in telling that writing is problematic or this or that. And obviously it will answer in that manner that, well, after this many years, you never know how the future is going to be unfolded, how it will be shaped, that you don't know. But today writing is integral. Today, if Plato is alive, he won't say that writing is problematic, because we can preserve thousands of years of human thought. And so we don't have to reinvent the wheel again and again. Somebody has done that. We move on because it is published. It is in written form somewhere. So we move ahead of the thing. We stand on the shoulders of the giants and we keep on looking farther and farther there. Otherwise, we'll be there only. That is where the animal world is. Because they don't have language, they don't have documentation, they don't have knowledge systems, they don't have writing, they have voices only, they don't have language. So they are there only, whereas we keep on moving ahead from where the things are. But this point, that we have a few great teachers and so many mediocre teachers. So I want to go beyond books. I want to ask questions. There are the people who wrote the books are dead people. I want to ask them questions. So if that happens, it is wonderful. We are in that world where that is happening. How can we give a prompt in our digital resource where students after reading that can do this activity? That is our fifth quadrant. How can we think of such prompts that after doing this activity, now ask this to ChatGPT and see what response you get, how they can do interaction. It is not only to come for multiple choice and question and answer and question bank only, but they come here in search of prompts. That well, let me try after doing this activity, this prompt, and individually they can learn. If not allowed in classes, at home, wherever they can get technology, they can explore. But some prompts we need to give in our resource hub so that this activity they can do also. There are so many generative AI tools now, and that is growing every day. So if we run behind generative AI tools, the race is never going to end. There are so many and coming up that we can't just run for generative AI. We have to pick up one tool which is pedagogically powerful, very useful, and that we have to use. And until we do not get any other tool which is equally powerful, we should not change the tools. Tools should be one, static. In our department for last 15, 16 years, we are using Google education tools. And at that time, when in 2010 we started Blogger, even this another one, WordPress was very popular. But my choice was Google Education. I thought that Google will sustain its work for many years. And if it will give education tools, it will remain free for students also. I thought it will be like that, and it remains so far. To some extent, many things have become paid now, but still Google Blogger, Google YouTube channel, Google Classroom, all the tools which has with one Gmail email ID, you can use enough tools to carry out your education as a teacher as well as a learner also. So instead of going to Moodle we started with earlier, then as soon as Google Classroom came, we switched over to Google Classroom. And we know that, well, that is very successful. There are many such LMS are coming and people talk about this Teachmint and Blackboard and other thing. I tell them that, well, stick to one tool. Don't keep on changing tools. What maximum you can do with one tool, that is more important, rather than just changing this tool. And we remain static for 1.5 decades with Google Education tool. It is working quite fine even today with Google Sites as digital portfolios of students. Everything is Google Education tools. And that is where when Notebook LM came, it became something interesting to see that how it can be worked out also. So a many tools are there for various things, generating content, editing content, text to speech, various activities we can do. These are some of many such resources are there. This example I am giving here because this is what we want to do. For example, Course Hero website had a very good infographics of literatures. And whenever I was using, I thought that if I can make such kind of things, it would have been great. So many times I used to tell students who are good in painting that don't paint only Radha, Krishna and Ganpati, paint literature. You are studying literature, you are graduate now. So why is your imagination not captured with the poetry that you have studied and turning it into painting? Why you still go back to only those traditional modes of doing things? But still they were not encouraged, or maybe they were not able to do that. So this I would show that how you can study all this literary text by such infographics and how it can help in the reading and understanding. It supports memory also. So this was a glaring example. Now what we got is the infographic idea from Notebook LM. Now it is possible. that if you want to do this, we can do it on a single click. It is possible. So this is something that we want to add in our digital resource hub also. That's why we look at such examples, that what was there. Even lit charts had a very good way of showing the visuals of different things, like thematic visual. But for this, still we do not have a better tool. We have mind map, which we can use, but still it is not showing us this. So, but we'll keep on waiting for some better tool where such kind of thematic mind maps can be also given. Futuretools.io gives a lots of list of the tools, and any new tools are coming up, we can go to this website and try to explore the tools whichever are required there. This is this list. Like there was TV.com, which was working with YouTube summaries, YouTube questions, and other thing. Earlier we were using TWE, but everything has come into Notebook LM now. We were using 10 tools. Now everything has come in only Notebook LM. So only one tool can help in resolving the thing. This was Chat, GPT, then Perplexity, Gemini, Consensus, Semantic Scholar, Research Rabbit. This is for research kind of work. These are another work for reviewing research papers. So immense. As we said, that tools are so many in and around us. These are other, Paperpal, Grammarly, and other things. HemingwayApp.com, SpeechTexter.com, Mendeley, Zotero, plagiarism detecting softwares. Many are there. But what we want to see is Notebook LM. We want to come to one specific tool for our digital resource hub, wherein most of these things are done by one tool. So our focus is not to run behind the tools, but select one tool which is good enough and explore that for our generation of the content for the thing. So here we get this 6 things, 6 important things. The first one is generate structured e-content. So that we will see as a sample, that what we can use as a feature from Notebook LM to generate structured e-content, what structure also we can think of. Then build aligned assessments, quiz questions if you want to prepare, and we want to use Bloom's taxonomy, the pyramid of Bloom, to lead towards critical thinking also, where the brain cells are active. They do not become dumb and they just tick mark blindly any of the options, but somewhere we want to think of such questions where creativity or critical thinking is not hampered also. Then video, multimodal things we want to do. So apart from that, we want a video generation, audio podcast, the other side, audio podcast also we want to do. Then spark rich discussions. So how discussion forums can be enriched, what way we can prompt for discussion forum, and then the self-study mode also. What way that prompt we can give, that they can go with the prompt to any AI tool and continue that studies also. So in this working with this, the what way we can move ahead of this. So first of all, the traditional workflow to AI augmented workflow. Earlier also teachers were content creator, but we used to do either typing work or handwritten work and other things that people used to do, or Word was used as a typeset and they were typing on the thing. Now there is no need to do all that detailing of writing or going into all those details and other thing. Now idea is important. If I have an idea, I have to give to AI and then it will do. Earlier also very good writers, even scientists and other thing, they will have idea and they will have their research fellows who will write about that ideas, and then they will give the written work, they will edit the work. So that rigorous, or what we call it as intellectual labor, is not done by intellectual people. Intellectual labor is done by their assistants. That's why we require teaching assistants or research assistants. In all research projects, there is a provision for research assistant. So the main person who is doing the research will only think of ideas, and all the other work, which we call it as Gadha Majuri, of writing everything, bulleted points and sub points and that all, will be done by research assistants and other thing. Now with this, you don't require that. Now there is a machine we can do Gadha Majuri. We have now the tool. So that will, now that is normally it was happening for many. Most of them we were not aware. We thought that everybody might be writing everything. If they sit down to write, they can't have new ideas. So either you think and then you tell people to draft the things, or now we got that. So ideas are important, other things are to be. So we need not be guilt-ridden that I am using AI. There is nothing wrong in that, in using that. Ideas are mine, that is very important. I have used either human to write it or machine to write it, it is immaterial. I will acknowledge whether I have used humans, I will acknowledge human beings. If I have used machine, I will acknowledge that. If I don't acknowledge, then I am a liar, or I am not following the integrity that is required also. So we need to come out from that guilt that using AI is bad or wrong. Yes, if I am writing a research paper, then I should avoid, if it is not the policy of the journal. Like in ICSSR, if you publish, if you want to apply for a research proposal, they will ask for AI generated report. So they say don't use it. Then we should not use it. It depends upon with which agency we are dealing, what are their policies. But if I am dealing with my classrooms and I want to give quality work to my students, then there is nothing wrong in using AI, where I can have better worksheets, and what way the human can do, I can do it better with the help of AI, then there is nothing wrong in that also. So what is advantage of Notebook LM as compared to other LLMs, other large language models like ChatGPT? In other models, it will ingest everything, ठूस देना. We prompt and it will give lot many things which is irrelevant also. ChatGPT will give lot many things which is irrelevant, or it will take us away from what we want to do. Whereas Notebook LM works only with our source. So it is always narrowed down to the source I have given. The PDF I have given, the video I have given, only between that only it will work. So it is a controlled use of AI. Notebook gives that. That's why it is having an upper hand as compared to any other AI tool, specifically for teachers. For teaching, learning, educational thing, Notebook LM is one of the best because it will not go outside your content there. And then grounded answers with citation. Citation means from which part of the source it is taken. That not that MLA APA citation, but it will give the numbers that from this, so I can verify quickly that this is from the source or not. That is very important. We all teachers have to verify the content that is created. And this is very easy with Notebook LM because it cites the particular source also. Verification is very easy here. So this framework we want to use for our digital multimodal content for our digital resource hub. 4 quadrants are known by Swayam portal. Swayam e-content deals with 4 quadrants. Now we are adding the 5th quadrant here, wherein the AI is coming for activity. So e-tutorials, video, audio, the animations we won't be able to create here. E-content, PDF, structured text, discussion forums, multiple choice questions, that all is fine. 4 things can be easily done. 5th one is where we also need to apply our brains, where we give self-learning and pedagogy ideas. We give some prompts to students that after doing this activity, work with any generative AI tools you have and give this prompt. So that prompt will give as a material here. That is our 5th quadrant, where pedagogy and self-learning we try to incorporate in this digital resource hub. When we try to prompt, what things we can keep in mind? First one is give whatever content you have. Your PDFs should be uploaded, should be ingested to the machine. So whichever unit we are working on, we will give that content. And then we'll ask to generate around 3000 word content or 2000 word content, depending upon our level of our students. We can always think of NCRF guidelines, or we can have our own way of looking that first semester, then 1 unit, 2000, third semester, then let the 1000 more words can be given. So if we try to talk about our digital resource hub, we can give the logic behind everything also. That what logic I applied for the levels from 1st to 6th semester. We won't be able to do that, but at least we'll keep that in our mind, that someday I will have to think of this also. Someday I will have to have some logic about how one text or one poem which is taught in 1st semester and then in masters also, or people do PhD also on that, what is the difference? The difference is this NCRF levels. it is at level 3.0 somewhere, and then it is 5.5 level. The same poem can be taught at in schools also, and then you can do PhD also on that. So, but the level will change, how you deal with that content. So the prompts, like we can give here such kind of prompts that generate a structured, it should be the spelling error, structured study material with learning objectives and outcome based on Bloom's revised taxonomy. This can be a very common prompt for all the modules. So each and every module's content will have a few learning objectives and learning outcome along with that also. Whenever it generates the content, it always gives this. We have a broader framework where there is the learning outcome of the entire paper also. But then with each unit also, it is easy to give this, and that only the prompt is important to be given here. The other prompt is that based only on these resources, generate a structured study guide with learning objectives, key definitions, and detailed summary of the core concepts. Such words can be given, so it will generate in a more systematic manner. Audio things, because it is multimodal thing, the another part is the audio podcast overview also. So that also we can easily generate from that, and we need to use one more tool to convert audio into video, and then it can be uploaded on YouTube, or otherwise we have to find the space where podcast can be published and audio can be published, and then it can be linked with our content also. These all things are necessary because we know that people are with different learning styles. Some learners are auditory learners, some are visual learners, some are kinesthetic learners, some can read and write, another thing also. If we give only this content, then we are catering the needs of only this type of learners. So now if we have a possibility and we just have to click few buttons, we don't have to go to studio and record our voice or our video, nothing, we just have to click few buttons and things are getting ready, then why don't we explore all this thing which we thought we should do, and we are doing this for decades now. For decades we are talking about multiple learner abilities and this and that, but we are not able to create a content which is actually able to do that. Now AI tool is there which tells that, okay, now you work with me, I can do that. So now it is this that we have to move on. So far we have prepared textual content on this. Slowly and steadily we'll move towards this direction. Also today we get some idea, a small practice in the lab session, and then later on at your own pace, from your own comfortable time and space, you can keep on working in this direction. Video scripting as a part of that also is required. Earlier we were told that you have to have a proper prompt to create a video script, and then based on that video script we can go to studio, do the shooting and other kinds of things also. That also is possible with this. If we want to do our own video shooting, then also we get a prompt and it will tell us what to do and how to carry out our video material. Step by step it will tell everything, that how will you begin this topic. It will give the script also. If I have a teleprompter, I just have to read those lines also. So I don't have to even prepare my transcript also. That also will be prepared, and if there is a teleprompter, I just have to read the things there. But now we can generate short videos automatically also, and it will have a human voice. There won't be any human beings, but it will still work without that. So if I don't want to go into even sitting for a while before a camera and just read something, then I can just click some button and generate a video also. And then this visual things, mind map and infographic. This also, mind map idea gives the entire idea that what is the overall structure of this content or this unit. And another is infographic, helps in memorizing the thing. The students on the previous night, if just they go through some of the infographics, it will do the revision of entire syllabus also. For rigorous assessment, the another quadrant, after this content, multimodal content is ready, the assessment part comes there. Normally we ask this kind of prompt that generate 10 multiple choice questions based on this text or source. Align them to Bloom's taxonomy levels, remember, understand and analyze. So the bottom part, we try to say that, well, this multiple choice. Now we want to go beyond that also. So we add this prompt here. And this is for analyze, evaluate, and create, or critically think of this. So generate 5 assert reason questions, ARQs, which require something to think of. Now again, we just have an idea. I don't want to go into the theory of what is ARQ, what way it can be framed. I just have to prompt that, give me 5 ARQs, and it will give. And then I will learn, if I have not undergone the learning process of what is ARQ or how it can be drafted. We used to do that way back in 97, 98 when we had a British Council training for ELT and other thing. So they used to tell and teach us that how the ARQs can be made, and there are normally 4 options which are common. Assert is correct, but reason is wrong, or assert and reason both are correct, or both are wrong, and how we can. So that leads a lot to the thinking of the learners. It forces them to think about that. That is where the brain cells become a little bit active also. But now AI will tell us that only if I have an idea, it is enough. I don't have to go into theories of learning, all these things. So this prompt we will add to prepare these kinds of questions also. And many other ideas we can think of. A discussion forum can also be added into that. Concept is AI as a sparring partner. AI as a sparring, sparring partner, the partner which helps us in doing some task, somebody who is with us always to guide us, to help us, to motivate us, to inspire us. That way we have to use this. So move beyond fact retrieval, use AI to identify nuance and simulate academic debate. For example, identify 3 topics in this source that are open to interpretation. Generate a debate prompt for a discussion forum that would force students to take a stance. So I won't say that both are good. No, I have to take one stance, that either this or that. That way how the prompt can be prepared, so they can think on that and they can write on that also. And such questions also can be added in our question bank also. So if it is in question bank, they will do that activity. And as we know that there is no one right answer here. Generative AI will give different answers to everybody. Everybody's answer is correct, because it is about stance taking. It is about what I believe. How should I think of something, some idea. That is where we try to tell that they become a thinker, unique thinkers in their own manner also. So that can be added as activity and then question bank also. A 5th quadrant, as we are talking about self-learning things, hortagogy and safe prompts. The AI tutor test yourself, engineering prompts that prevent cheating and promote thinking. That is the idea here. So the prompts like create a prompt that a student could paste into ChatGPT to test their understanding of this specific module without giving away the answers. Without answer, but what way they understand. That way we can prepare a prompt. They can use that prompt there. Or this also, that the student asks ChatGPT that act as a strict teacher, act as a strict professor, quiz me on this topic, do not give me the answers. Instead, give me a hint if I get it wrong. So this kind of things we can think of, where they do activity and then they are quizzed by AI and they try to give answers on the given module. So if they work on notebook LM, the source is given, then it will be within that. Within the source, everything will be asked also. So this is that 4th quadrant which gives new possibilities of how the activities can be devised, where learners are thinking critically, creatively engaged with AI. It is not the dumb use of the things there. We used to tell our students time and again, metaphorically, that normally in the traditional modes of teaching learning, as a students, we also were also students. We were like Nilkant. We used to mug up the things up till here and go to exam and vomit everything. The better vomiters were the gold medalists. The one who vomits best, they are the best scorer there. And doing assessment work is just what we call dissecting the vomits of the students. And then nothing has gone in the stomach, nothing has been digested, so it is not flowing in our veins, it is not in our brain also. And so after 1 or 2 months of exam, I forget everything. Whatever I have studied, I don't remember because I was nilkant there. Now with AI, we just not even allow that content to go up till throat also. We just lick and spit. Yaha chata, yaha thuka. So that is like that only. So it is only remaining at the tongue only, not even going to throat. So I have lick here and spit here. So in that process, nothing happens, like no learning happens. I have done everything. The end result is there. I have prepared my blogs, I have appeared in quiz, I have done this, that, everything. But if somebody is asking me something on that, then there are no answers because I don't know what AI generated. I just copy pasted it. I have just done yahan se chata, yahan par thuka. Nothing else was done. So we need to think that how the learners can use AI, but still go beyond where they think, actively get involved with all these things also. So our format of this website will be slowly and steadily. Right now we have one structure, but it should look like this, where there is a home page, course content and title and introduction is given. Then e-tutorials are embedded there. I will give one sample page which we have prepared. Then discussion and self-study debate prompts can be given, and then assessment part, Google form or other thing, or the list of the quiz that we are giving, that can be put into this way. So that way we try to visualize at the end of other things there. So why this workflow might work for us also, because it will be having a source grounding. Output is tethered strictly to uploaded documents. So there will be less chance of anything that is wrong. Last time we had one problem of one story that was not in the syllabus, but something else was coming out. So that is coming because ChatGPT is used. So if we have used Notebook LM, then those possibilities also will be mitigated. Then multimodal efficiency, the learner types, and that can be done. And this all things we can authentically cite and say that from this source only the things are taken here. So that is how the Notebook LM can leverage our digital resource making, and it can help us in saving our time and yet give a quality content to our learners also. A few examples like on this website that which we are working on, MKBU English Studies Hub. On this, so this you can show it from here, you are showing it. Where we have all this content that we have prepared and we are uploading the things there. This one page that we have prepared on internship there, and there we have put some of these videos and audio podcast which are prepared with the help of Notebook LM as a sample. And we also here try to look at this idea of 3-language policy of NEP. So not necessary that the content can be given only in English language. It can be given in Hindi and Gujarati also. So to help students learn some difficult concepts, it can be given in Hindi, audio, video, or even in Gujarati. And again, we don't have to do any translation work. We just have to click some buttons only. And it will be testing for us because we are teaching translation studies also. If we'll get some errors, it will be our case studies. That this way the error might happen in the translation, other thing. But in translation studies also, we have to teach our students that how you can work on some content to prepare videos or audio podcast in different languages there. So if you see this was an audio Hindi podcast. Infographics were made and then it was edited.
नमस्कार और स्वागत है आपका। आज हमारे हाथ एक बहुत ही दिलचस्प दस्तावेज लगा है। ये महाराजा कृष्ण कुमार सिंह जी भावनगर यूनिवर्सिटी का है। और देखिए पहली नजर में तो ये एक सामान्य सा एसओपी मतलब स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर लगता है जो अंडर ग्रेजुएट छात्रों की इंटर्नशिप के बारे में है। लेकिन जब हमने इसे पढ़ना शुरू किया तो लगा कि ये सिर्फ नियमों की एक लिस्ट नहीं है।
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं।
ये तो नई शिक्षा नीति एनईपी 2020 के जो बड़े बड़े वादे हैं उनको जमीन पर उतारने का एक असली ब्लूप्रिंट है।
तो आज हम इसी की गहराई में उतरेंगे। हमारा मिशन ये समझना है कि कैसे एक विश्वविद्यालय शिक्षा को सिर्फ क्लासरूम से निकालकर असल दुनिया से जोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा है। और ये सिर्फ भाव।
And all these things are not written. I have just uploaded the PDF of our SOP. And it converted into an imaginary dialogue between two AI agents. And two people are conversing, one is asking question, other is answering. Everything is done. Now, imagine if we ask that we have to do this. then we will say it is not possible. We want to do because it helps a lot. Once people listen such audio podcasts, it helps them because there are questions and answers. That the Socratic method, the very old Indian method of investigating anything is always about question and answer thing. But if I just have to click a few buttons, what might be stopping me? Nothing should stop me from clicking few buttons. And if I can create a multimodal material, then I should do that. There is nothing wrong in doing such a thing also. This was an audio podcast. This was the video automatically generated.
MKB's sixth semester internship often brings up a lot of questions. So, what are we going to do today? We'll take its official standard operating procedure and turn it into a very simple, step-by-step guide. What will be achieved through it? Then, most importantly, the entire 7-step process will work in a company or organization. A mentor who will be your guide and partner throughout this learning journey.
So we are using two languages here, the Hindi and the English. Both. So that is also something that NAP is supporting, to use multilingual idea. The pronunciation in English also is nearly perfect. Very good. If so, those who want to listen and learn to speak, for them also it is a good idea. And the students can be prompted that whatever, like if you want to go for interviews, then if there is an interview skills, then a prompt. Go to ChatGPT or this and ask this prompt and do conversation with ChatGPT. So that way the prompt can be prepared in 5th quadrant. The 5th quadrant prompts can help learners to interact actively with this AI tools and can be prepared also. Then infographics. All these infographics were also put here, which also helps a student. So this page of internship gives this idea how Hindi podcast or any language podcast, video, infographic can be used in this to work out also. So when we see now, most of you are aware about Notebook LM. So there is no need to guide the things. It is self-explanatory also. But when we use audio podcast and I click this button here, it allows me to personalize my audio podcast also. So if I want in the languages, then I will get this all languages here, where the Indian languages are also included here. So I can select the language, and then here I can give some specific prompt. So if something I want to stress from that source, then I can give a specific prompt. So that way that audio podcast is made also. So that way, though it will automatically create, but we can prompt also, and we can have personalized also. The same way here, video overview also. Here we can give a prompt if we want something specific. So that way it is under our control also. It is not that it is just coming up in this manner, but I want if I generate one video and I think, no, I don't want this, then I can give a prompt. Don't do this, do this. And then that will be overcome also. Mind mapping, as we have seen, okay, it will create one. Infographics also can be in different ways, landscape, portrait, detailed, and then this prompt also can be given. If I want to give specific style, if it is something about Indian poetics, I can say that prepare infographic in Indian art style. So it will come to Indian art style. If it is something about America, then I can say that American art style, or some painter, if I remember I want something in Picasso's style, then that also I can prompt, and that infographic will come in that particular style also. So it can be highly personalized. This can be a prompt also for activity to the learners, that we give variety of prompts. So students will keep on exploring different things for infographics. Slide deck will prepare the presentation also, and that also again with different language and other thing. If you want a PPT on our source, that also can be prepared and be given. It will be prepared in PDF, which can be converted into PPT, PowerPoint if you want, or PDF itself can be uploaded on our content also. So these are the tools, and this reports gives us this idea how we can prepare a structured content, briefing document for something in short form, study guide will give us a variety of things. And then there are these things also. It will suggest something based on our source. It will automatically suggest you want this or thing. And if I want something, I can click and I can give instructions. That this way you prepare the thing. So it will help me in generating in a specific manner that I want that content also. So this way, this notebook LM allows one, just click a button and you get it. Another one, personalized way also we can generate the content and work on the things also. One day we worked on this hackathon. We can plan such kind of hackathon for our teachers also. Though this experience is not a very encouraging experience, that if you will tell the Bhavnagar University college teachers, how many of them will actually come for the hackathon also. So maybe we'll have to use students only for this kinds of things. So we had the cyber club of university under KCG guidance and government of Gujarat. So we had an hackathon for 1 full day. And we asked the students, we gave some prompts to work with Notebook LM, and they all prepared this all videos, short videos in different languages, Gujarati, Hindi, English. They uploaded on their YouTube channel. And then this is also compiled by the Kavach team that is working here, and they are running this website also. The entire website is prepared on this. So infographics also was another task on cyber things. So there are some 30 different topics of cyber frauds were given. To everybody working on a unique topic, and they all worked on this, and the students generated this infographics. They wrote blogs also. The list we have given, you can click on the name and we can visit the blog of the students where they have put their infographics, their content briefing document, a video, and other things also. This also they have done. So everything is listed here. And it took only 3 to 4 hours. In only 3 to 4 hours, it is being done also. So this way also it can be worked out. Everything can be done very quickly. It is not that difficult task. So 5-quadrant system, which we try to look at in this our system, where we tend to see that how AI can be useful in looking at this idea. Something of an addition that we want to do into the 4-quadrant idea, which is widespread across. We want to add the 5th quadrant where learners get involved with AI actively, doing something also. So all those threats which we see that is hampering the thinking, that can be mitigated at some level also. So our second part of the things will be like we will be in the lab, and you will be working on Notebook LM and try to see that whatever page, one of the pages can be prepared today, that also can be worked out also. And then subsequently our idea is to see that it is a digital resource hub. It should not be only textual content. There should be something that is multimodal also on this website. That way we plan to look at this idea there. So thank you everybody. We had a small group of teachers here. You can put a camera on everybody's face so we can record those who are present here. And we expected more teachers, but still fine. The smaller the better group. People who work is more important than those who come only to participate there. So thank you everybody for being part of this also. Thanks a lot.
In my college, sir, we have given this task to the students, EY, and SY. Because only 3 audios or videos are out for free notebook LM.
Yeah. This you can put.
So when it is free, sir, only 3 per day are allowed. Either or,
yes,
only 3.
So
Yes. So we
multiple
yes
accounts
we,
you can
they
have.
have prepared a video for every unit of English. The material that we shared with them, 1 or 2 are with them here as well. They prepared a very interesting video on Toba taxing. Yes,
okay, yes.
They had the material, the
Material,
PDF.
yes.
They gave a prompt and then they generated a video.
So this also can be added
Yes.
in our material
we can add
website.
it,
You can have a student corner,
Yeah.
and there the college, the name of the student college, and the link. If they put it on their blog, it will be easy to link.
Right, sir.
So if that is told that whatever you do, put it on your blog, so we can link with your name and the blog. So it will be student corner on each page or at another separate page. So other students can watch the content prepared by the student also.
Yes.
Which is the idea that students are the co-content creator now. It is not the domain of only teachers that they are the content creator. Even the students are. So it will be a good idea and can become a good case study for a seminar presentation also, that how students are co-content creator.
Sure. Yeah.
So a blog if they write or at one place, then it will be easy to club with our website. So whoever gets that idea, we have given editing rights to many of you.
Yes.
So you can also put the students' contribution, your own YouTube link also, your own blog also you can link along with this. And because it is editable, if we get a better content, we'll remove the previous one. And then we'll replace with the better content. It is not a published book where once it is done, we can't do anything. So here it is editable. So that way we can keep on replacing with the quality material subsequently also.
Yes.
Yes, anybody else would like to say anything to this? Okay, so then can we end this part here? Okay, so thank you everybody. We can end this.
સૌથી કરુણ અને સૌથી શક્તિશાળી અંત તરફ વળે છે. એક એવા માણસની કહાણી જે પોતાની ઓળખ માટે છેલ્લી લડાઈ લડી રહ્યો છે. એ જ જમીન પર બિશન સિંહ ઢળી પડે છે અને મંટો વાર્તા પૂરી કરે છે આ લાઈન સાથે. ત્યાં કાંટાળા તારની પાછળ ટોપાટેક સિંહ પડ્યો હતો. સમજો છો, બિશન સિંહ હવે માણસ નથી રહ્યો. એ પોતે જ એનું ખોવાયેલું વતન ટોપાટેક સિંહ બની ગયો છે. આ એક લાઈનમાં કેટલી બધી વાતો છુપાયેલી છે. ભાગલાને કારણે કેટલી વાહિયાત છે. ઓળખ ગુમાવવાનું દર્દ કેવું છે એક વસ્તુ જ આ એક વાક્યમાં સમાઈ જાય છે. બિશન સિંહ હવે આટલી પાત્ર નથી. એ તો ભાગલાની આખી કરુણતા.
The image can be downloaded. Then can be shared.
માનવા વાર્તા કહેવાય એ સમયની સત્તા.
You can give the title also. You can memorize this, not book titles, some titles. We can give. So remember, it later on when you come back to
પણ એ તો ખાલી પોતાના નામ સુધી ગયા છે.
untitled, not give title to the topic you are working on.
કરોડો લોકોને સ્પર્શે. એટલે જ આ વાર્તામાં ભારતની એક જગ્યા હતી. એ તો
The source needs to be added. Scroll down.
Yes.
Scroll down. View. Now import. Then it will come. Now the other button will be active. When the source is added, then the other button gets active. So then you title. Source will come, then you link it. You upload it.
This was the infographic that we created on structure from notebook. It's very good, sir. From the material that you uploaded.
Yes, good example.
Yes, sir. And also psychoanalysis, because it is also part of our syllabus.
Hamlet's hesitation.
Yes.
So this all, when it comes, then it becomes really digital resource hub, and with all this multimodal content, audio podcast, video, infographic, mind map, then quiz and digital content, everything coming together for the things. And everything is governed by Bloom's taxonomy. It is governing all the learning outcome objectives also.
Yes, detail not
Detail not used. Then you can now personalize. If you are happy with that, you can take it. Otherwise, with reports and other things, you can keep on personalizing the things also.
very good.
And it will give the citations. So here 37. So you click on that. So it will show you from which source it is taken. So you can verify. Which is very important. The big challenge of generative AI was that it might be wrong. So now here we can verify. Teachers are supposed to verify everything. Is it correct? So that is one advantage of this notebook as for teachers in content creation. They verify everything. Okay, fine. So now food is also ready. So you can take food and then continue. You take downstairs now. Class. Yes, in the class. So there you can come and take a food. Let everything be here. Then you can continue. You also take